Hello guys, Winter Chill with another video. So first and foremost, thank you for all the support. I think we've reached 50 subscribers this week and that feels amazing to me. I started this as a joke, as a fun project, but now it's getting serious. I think I'm gonna spend more time on this and edit more videos and give you some more content. So talking about content, here is my tier list for all the playable main deck Synchron and Stardust cards. So just a disclaimer, there are more cards that are Synchron or Stardust cards that exist, but they're not that great. Also, I'm not going to be talking about future, like OCG released cards. When those cards get released, we're going to make a new tier list. Categories are listed as follows. Best cards, basically in any Synchron deck, you should consider playing those. Engine requirement is like cards that are good, but you're only gonna play like one of them or two. It's just they accomplish something to a combo. Only in certain variants, they're gonna be good, but not in every single Synchron list. Playable but not best. Cards that are good, but there are better options. Bait are cards that look good on the outside, but are actually not good. And don't play these, as these cards are really not worth it. So let's get started with all the Synchrons. So we have our Quick Draw Synchron. It was a staple of the Synchron decks back in the day, where you could discard Level Eater, you could discard Dandelion. Unfortunately, this card is unplayable in Modern. There's so many other better cards. Don't play this. Now, Revolution Synchron is a Modern Synchron card, and I would say it's one of the best cards. You may argue that this card is a brick, but its effect to be able to synchro from hand at level 7, level 8 is how you extend when your junk speeder gets stopped. You just go to a Stardust Axle and continue the combo. Also, the effect from Grave is really good. You mail a card, you summon this as a level 1. It's really, really good. You can consider playing 1 or 3 depending if you're playing a Tango build or you're playing some other build. Stardust Synchron, right away, another banger. This is probably the best Synchron. It's an extender. You can use Foolish Burial or any other card to send it in Grave and use it from Grave. It's a 1-card combo with the Synchro Fellowship. It's a great card. Another Synchron that I'm gonna say, it's one of the best cards. Now this one you're probably gonna play only one of. If you're playing Bestial Synchron, you're probably gonna play more of this card. And if you're playing Elven Notes, probably you're gonna play more of this card, as it pairs up with level 6s and level 8s better. So this card, not only it's a free special summon from hand, the effect from Grave, wherein you tribute to banish it and return, is really good. It's also really good, like anti-kaiju mechanic, and also gives you 2 negates with your shooting star majestic dragon. So this is a really, really good card. Continuing with the Synchrons, another new Synchron, Scrap Synchron. This is amazing card. It counts just like our Quick Draw Synchron as any other Synchrons. So you can make Junk Warrior, you can make all the Warriors Synchros, all the Synchron Synchros with this card, but you can use it just like Revolution from hand. And funny thing, you can also make Speeder with this from hand. So any level 4 and this in hand is Speeder. It's very good. It also has a protection effect in the graveyard that doesn't come up over that often. So now the OG. The Junk Synchron. This card was like the main focus of the deck that they had in the anime. Unfortunately, it's just an engine requirement right now. The only reason why I play this card is Synchro Fellowship. Of course, in some other variants, like the Doppel version of the deck, this card has a bigger role to play. But other than that, I would say this is like a little bit of a brick in the modern versions of the deck. So I'll just put it as an engine requirement because you need to play at least one of this for Synchro Fellowship. Now Jet. This was probably the most busted Synchron. It was played in Snake Eye, it was played in so many other decks, like you could Hauki Fiber Axe. This card got banned. It was making like links super easy. Unfortunately, right now, this card is not that great. I would say only in certain variants. That being said, you still play this to play around the bureau, I would say. But Scrap Synchron kind of took its place as the level 1 Synchron that you want. This card is gonna get only better with the new support though. So if when we get the Junk Meister and Junk Armor, this card can search them. Right now, this card can't really search anything relevant. It's just this card, but you don't want to search this. So I would say only in certain variants. In the Adventure variant, it's really good. But now that you have Scrap Synchron, you probably want to replace it with Scrap Synchron. I'll still play one of this just to give you more options. Now, Floor Synchron and Necro Synchron, if you're not familiar with these cards, they're a little bit of like a anime kind of cards. In the anime, there was a chick that was playing like Baron de Fleur, and she was making it with these cards. These are not meant for the Synchron build. They have kind of interesting effects. This one summons a plant from deck, this one summons level 2 from hand. But really, they're just not good enough. They're Synchrons though, so you can summon them from with Speeder, but they're already better targets. Now this card over here, if you're not familiar with it, I don't blame you. This is Junk Anchor. It also counts, it has the same effect as Quick Draw and Scrap that counts as the other Synchrons, but unfortunately this card is too slow. It doesn't accomplish much. Next we have Lefty, and with Lefty comes Righty Driver. This card is a 1-card combo. Can summon Righty summons Lefty, then you can. It has again the same effect that it's substituted as any Synchron. So you can make Scrap Warrior. I would say this card is playable, but it's not really the best. This is really eats up your normal summon. You go into Scrap, loses to draw. There's not a lot of options to continue comboing after this. I don't like this, but it's playable. If you want to play it, you can play it. Wheel Synchron. So this card is probably one of the only Synchrons that is a tuner that counts as a non-tuner, but it's a level 5. So the only way you summon this is with Speeder. But you know what? If you summon this with Speeder, that means you resolve Speeder. If you resolve Speeder, you already won the game. This card is not needed. All the crazy combos that people are showing you with the 5Ds decks with this is because there's no trail and there's no Stardust illumination in the 5D structure decks. This card is easily cuttable. You don't want to have this card. Another card that you might not be familiar with is Rush Warrior, and there's a reason why this card is really bad. It's like a hand trap. Uh, if your warrior battles, you discard it and you double its attack. But this is the idea behind this is to use like Junk Warrior and go for OTKs with Junk Warrior. But realistically, this card is just bad. Doppel Warrior. So Doppel Warrior, again a blast in the past. Doppel Synchron was a really good strategy back in the day, but now it's really just a variant that you can play. I would not play this card if my deck does not focus on this card, so your extra deck has to be focused around summoning the tokens and making like low level synchros like Shaman or Starham or Metal Marcher, and you ultimately probably are playing to get Junk Warrior Extreme and Junk Warrior and things like that. I would say only play it in that double variant. Another card that you might not be familiar with is Synchron Carrier. So Synchron Carrier allows you to normal summon one more Synchron a turn. So you can just normal this and then normal another Synchron and make a play, and then it can create a token. Unfortunately, this card is really slow and doesn't help you that much. This card is called Synchron Explorer, and it's the reverse card of Junk Synchron. It's a non-tuner that summons a tuner from the graveyard. Unfortunately, we have so many better cards than this. Don't play this card. Talking about better cards, Junk Converter is one of these better cards. And this again is, I would say, a very good card in only certain variants. Actually, I'm gonna put it in playable but not best, because you can discard this and discard a tuner with this, which can be a hand trap, and it can get you into your junk plays. But this is really fragile, and I would not recommend it. And it kind of mashes with the Doppel engine, so probably if you're playing Doppel, you're playing Converter. But in other builds, this card is not that great. Now, from the Fellowship structure deck, in the TCG we got in the 5Ds structure decks, you have the Supersonic Chick. So the Crossroad Supersonic Chick, I would say it's an engine requirement. It makes Stardust Synchron so much better. It makes it a one card combo. It's a level 1 non-tuner. You can use 1-for-1 to summon this. It's really good. It summons from the grave. It gives you 2 bodies. It's really good. Now, Quill Bolt. So Anchor Bolt Hedgehog is the upgraded version of our OG Hedgehog, Quill Bolt Hedgehog. This card, I would say, is playable but not the best. I would rather have Supersonic Chick than this, but in certain situations, this card can be a great extender. You have this is searchable. You can dump it to the grave if you're underdraw with Scrap Warrior, and it can extend and play through some stuff. But I would say it's not really that great. It's not the best card. It's not the best single card. It's good, but it's not the greatest. Now we have Full Speed Warrior. Now this card is really good, but again, you can only play it in a deck centered around playing Full Speed and the scrap ones. So this card, again, it's a one card combo, but it requires your normal summon. That means you cannot play it in decks like Mitsurugi or Adventure, where you need to normal summon something else, or in Adventure Your normal summons cannot activate their effects. In Elven nodes, probably you don't want this as well. So it's good, but only in like a pure version of the deck where you're gonna focus on Scrap Synchron, make Scrap Warrior from hand using these two, and so on and so forth. Next one is Scrap Fisto. This is a spell card which grants the Junk Warrior the ability to like do piercing and do double damage, and it's like an OTK machine. But Red Dragon Archfiend has exactly the same card, and this card is not played at all. Card is bait. It's searchable, and if you saw the anime duel that they did for showcasing like the decks, this is how you say one, but again, this is just like an anime card. It's not real. Going second, like you have to play like a specific deck that just does Junk Warrior Extreme and focus on this. But I think if you summon Junk Warrior Extreme with enough like attack points, you don't even need this spell to win. Next we have One-Way Synchro. It's again a part of the Synchro Fellowship kind of 5Ds deck. This card is a bait. Usually this is a searchable trap. The best thing about this is that you can discard it and set it again if you already have like full speed, but other than that, this card is just lackluster. I think they wanted you to use this to summon like Converging Wheels Dragon and make like a shooting Star Dragon on your opponent's turn, but doesn't really work. Like the best use of this card is probably to get Effect Veiler, use the Effect Veiler, set this from the grave, get Effect Veiler again. It's really not worth it. Synchro Chase, this card works a little bit like Junk Converter. When you make a Synchro, you summon one of the materials from the grave, and they can't respond or activate cards or effect in response to the activation of your Synchro monsters with Warrior Synchron Stardust. Unfortunately, Junk Speeder does not fall into that category, and that means this card is immediately not playable. You don't really care about the other ones. Stardust Trail is an engine requirement right now. It's a very good extender. You trigger this by tributing. There are a few cards like the Stardust cards that tribute and trigger this. Is very good. Makes a token. It can be 3 bodies. 3 non-tuner bodies is really good. And the way you actually access it is using Trail. So in the newer versions of the deck, probably we're gonna drop these cards for Junkmeister, but right now they're really good. And this card has another application that you can banish it from the graveyard and modify the levels. Is really good. Usually there's another Stardust monster coming with these. Another option, it's a level 1 Stardust Worm. Unfortunately, this card is a bait. Don't play this card. It's supposed to be an extender when you have a level 8 on the board, and you can tribute it to summon level 1 dragons, but it's really not worth it. Don't do this. Talking about level 1 tuners, Arrive in Light and the Converging Wheels Dragon. These again are bait. These are win more cards. If you want to do the Majestic Dragons, just use Crimson Dragon target like a good Synchron and make those. These cards are just a win more card that you don't need. Next we have the Synchro Fellowship in TCG. This is one of the best cards that got printed and really gave me some hope that this deck can function as a pure deck. Unfortunately, I think right now the pure deck is not as strong as the other variations combining with other engines. The only downside to this card is that you need to run junk synchrons and you have to have at least one in the deck to activate this. Other than that, it's a fantastic card. Adds 2, discards 1, banish from grave, modulate level, give you another normal summon. This card is great. Now we have a card that some might know from playing Cool Tune. It's Duelist Genesis. This was always a Synchron card. This card, if you paid attention, a lot of our spells are called Synchro. So you can really search a lot of these spells, and there's some traps. There's the Synchro Zone trap that you can search with this, and Synchro Zone is like a floodgate that only Synchros can attack. I would say this card is playable, but actually I would say it's bait. It's so redundant, like the things that you can search, you can already search for so many ways, and this deck really loses to draw, so you don't want to have 5 search cards in hand. One of the cards that this card can search is actually Synchro Overtake, and Synchro Overtake is really good. Right now we have a target to summon Junk Synchron with the Junk Warrior Extreme. We have a target for Scrap Synchron with Scrap Warrior. We have Jet Warrior for Jet. This card is a very good extender. It can summon Grave or deck, and you can add not summon as well. So it's a flexible card. It's really good. I would just not play it in every single variant, because if you're playing Jet, you might not have space for Jet Warrior. I would say you can play 1-for-1 instead of this if you need it, but it's really good. Then we have the spells and traps that Crimson Dragon can search. So this is Scrap Iron Sacred Statue. It's a trap, and it's a trap for a reason. Don't play this card, it's really bad. It can set itself after use, just like the other Scrap Iron Scarecrow, but this card just doesn't do enough. It returns like a level 7 or 8 Synchro from Banish or Graveyard on the field, and then puts it back into the extra deck. The only good effect of this card is when this card is destroyed, you get to summon Crimson Dragon. So you could say that there's a combo where you summon a level 7 or 8, then this gets popped, and then you summon Crimson Dragon, and then you target the level 8 and make like Crystal Wing. But this has to be destroyed by your opponent, so if your opponent is that dumb to destroy this, then they're probably dumb enough to, like, you can play anything. This card over here is called Synchro Overtop, and if you watched the series, this is how you say summons Quasar. It's just an anime card. This doesn't do anything. Summons dragon synchros from the grave and makes them level 1. It's a meme. This one over here is Synchro World. Synchro World was like the go-to card to search from Crimson Dragon. Every time you synchro summon, you get counters, and you can modify levels, and you can summon from grave synchros or tuners. Unfortunately, this card is bait. It's just a win more card. The card that you're always going to be searching from Crimson Dragon is Synchro Rumble. It's a monster reborn for tuners or synchros, and the effect from Grave to save your level 7 or 8 dragon synchros is really good as well. Starlight Junction is another field spell. Again, unfortunately, this is not good enough. On paper, when you synchro summon your opponent's turn, you shuffle a card into the deck, but that's not how, like, the most consistent thing that you're gonna do with Synchrons. You're struggling going second, not going first. This is a card that helps you go first. I would say don't play this. On your mark, get set, duel. This card is just not good enough. It was supposed to be paired with Synchro World because it gives you the same signal counters and you can like draw and discard, but this card is just, it's a worst tuning, and like the effect to draw will never happen, because if you're alive for 3 turns, like Synchrons don't really have a good grind game, you're probably lost. Like what are you gonna, you need to play like Pot of Avarice to put all your synchros or synchrons back. This is not good enough. Now Synchro Dilemma, just like the 2 guys on the picture here, is not good. Unfortunate. On paper it's cool. You can send a Synchron special from hand, or you can destroy a card and special Synchron, but it's really slow and you rather search other Synchron spells. Last but not least, we have Tuning. Tuning, when you look at Tuning, like all these cards over here, all these Synchrons, they're all good, right? This can search them. And also it can mill a card, which can mill like the Crossroad Chick or your Hedgehog or anything else that has an effect in the graveyard, like Trail or Stardust. Unfortunately, this card is bait. This card, so many times I've activated this and I milled like Rumble or this or this, and then I needed them in the deck. It's really frustrating. Again, this deck wants to search 300 times, and this card, if you start with this, they just draw you and you just pass. If you're playing Genesis, play 3 of this, of course, but if you're playing in the TCG format, I would say don't play this card. It sounds like amazing card on paper, but it actually is really how you lose against hand traps. And that completes the tier list. Let me know if you like this video, put a comment down below, subscribe, and if I get like 10 likes on this video, I'm gonna post another tier list with all the Stardust and Synchron extra deck monsters. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a good day or night, whatever it may be. Bye bye, this is Winter Chill.